there was one day when I decided to leave the pizza place because I wasn't making any money anyway. And so I went to Profaci, and I said to him, I want somebody else to take over this place because I've been working here for some time. I haven't made any money anyway.
Now, hang on. So this is Giglio Tomato Pies.
Yeah, in Hightstown.
In Hightstown. And Joe Profaci was the proprietor? Or?
Well, I was the proprietor.
So, okay.
But in the beginning, to begin with, he gave me the money to buy the place.
Okay.
I had to buy 2 properties, and one of them was transferred, what do you call it? Transformed into a pizza place.
Okay.
And I did a lot of work in there and everything else. Then I started the business, and I started making progress with it. Fine, but I never got anything out of it.
Okay.
And I decided that I want to change.
Now, this is when Profaci was the boss of one of the 5 families of New York, right?
Yeah.
Which later became, I believe, the Colombo crime family.
Might have been, yes. I know they were very closely related, the Colombos and the Profaci. But anyway, he said to me, "You can't leave." I said, "What do you mean I can't leave? I don't want to play. I don't want this place anymore." So he picks up. We were outside, and he picks up some dirt. And he said, "You should kiss this dirt, but I make you live." So I considered that a threat. And I said to him, well, I'm going to try to get a lawyer and see if we can just get together and, transfer this place to somebody else.
Now, did he say it in Italian, or did he say it in...
Mostly, no, in Italian.
Siciliano.
Yeah. So anyway, I told my mother what he said to me, and I thought it was, a threat, and she told my father. So my father comes to me, and he says, tell me exactly how he told you that, in Italian. So I told my father what he said, that, you're lucky I make you live.
Or you make you live, or let you live, or something?
That was the essence of the whole thing. And anyway, I went through the divorce, whatever you call it.
Dissolving the partnership or whatever.
Partnership. And I had a lawyer, and the lawyer says, I said, "Will you come with me to negotiate?" He said, "No." He said, "You just go with him. I'm not going to be there." He said, "You just talk to his lawyer and do the best you can." I guess he was afraid to go with me,
Mm-hmm.
So I presented myself with there must have been about 5 or 6 people there, including Profaci's lawyer, or maybe even 2 of them. And I said, the main thing is that I don't want anybody haunting me for bills that have to be paid in conjunction with the pizza place. I want to be free of all debts. So they let me go. They got somebody else, and that other person bought my business with $1.
Mm-hmm.
That was the legal thing.
But we were very...
Now, anyway, I was ready to leave and go back to Brooklyn.
Well, hang on 1 second. You think you left one part out of it?
What's that?
When your father heard what Profaci said...
I'm going to that now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
When my father heard that he was going to... Lucky that I make you live, he approached Profaci, and he said to him that if you
touch your hair.
what?
If you should touch a single hair.
If you touch one single hair of my son's head, with these hands, I will tear all the flesh from your bones. That's what he said. And I guess Papachi must have heard that, and he never did bother me.
Could I add a correction?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we had decided we were going to elope. I had a real unhappy home life, and he wasn't happy with the pizza restaurant. So I said, well, why don't we go away and elope, run away? We had no money.
And this is what year?
This was 1947.
Yeah, we had no money.
1947.
We had no money. Remember what money we used?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, we had a
Yeah.
we had a,
Jukebox.
we had a jukebox.
Okay.
And, luckily, we hadn't had the guy come over to take the money out. So we did call the guy over to take the money out. And it was all nickels, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All nickels. We had $80 worth of nickels.
Oh, wow.
That's the money we left with.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, $80 worth of nickels.
Hmm. And then
A long time after that, I had already bought a house, and we had 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 children. And we're sitting in front of the house in Haven Village, in Edison, and a big black car pulls up right in front of my house.
The sedan?
And who comes out of it but 2 strong men of Papachi? One guy is Landolfi, from, he's the owner, he's the main man from Trenton. And the other one was my cousin Nello. And he was a real muscle man. He was a killer. But anyway, they come up, and I greet them. And I said, well, come on in. So we came in, we had coffee, or whatever. And the sole reason they came there was because Papachi told them he was being scrutinized over the Kefauver committee then. You know?
Yeah.
And they
Robert
came,
Kennedy?
yeah. So they came to tell me that if they should question me as to where I got the money to buy the pizza place and the 2 buildings over there,
Mm-hmm.
that the money came from my and my brother's and my father's and mother's life savings. That's how we bought the place.
Ah, okay.
Because that was a lot of money in those days. That was $7,500,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a lot. I said, well, I have no problem with that. Fine. But it seemed kind of funny that people like that would show up
Yeah.
without pulling the trigger.
Right.
But I guess that's what they had to do. They had to do that. And they came, I don't know where they came from. It was quite a trip for them.
Tell me this. Whatever happened to your cousin Nello?
My cousin Nello lived in Florida. And one morning he went out to put the garbage out, and they gunned him down.
Hmm.
He was no longer here.
Hmm.
So, you know, he was with a big-time rackets.
Hmm.
I don't know what happened to Landolfi, but he's in the Trenton area.
Okay.
So anyway, that's another chapter.
Another episode in the Sal Giglio stories. Thank you.